live from our exclusive home in Super Bowl City. This is KPIX 5 News.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Oh, boy, palm trees and 40-some-odd degrees. That doesn't seem right, but it is. It's a beautiful morning in San Francisco, a little crispy, but we are gearing up for the big game. Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, February the 5th. I'm Frank Malaga.
And I'm Michelle Griego. Of course, we're live once again from Sen's Restaurant overlooking Super Bowl City. Or more long lines are expected today as Santa Clara University and the County Health Department go all out in hopes of preventing a meningitis outbreak. KPIX 5's Kit Doe joins us live from SCU, where hundreds more students are about to be vaccinated. Kit?
Yes, good morning. This is day 2 of the vaccinations here on campus. They only got through about a fraction of the student body yesterday, about 25% of them. They're hoping to get through the rest of the 5,400 students later on today. Now, when the doors opened up yesterday, the line snaked around the building. A total of 1,500 students got the new updated vaccine known as Men-B. And then as they were waiting, the health department announced a third student had become infected. The news rattled the nerves of some of the students.
It's frightening more than anything because it was like an all of a sudden outbreak and it's like something everyone's talking about.
I mean, it's unfortunate. School's handling, I think, pretty well. Clearly, it's freaking some people out.
We are learning a little bit more about the students that were infected. All 3 victims have the same bacterial strain known as serogroup B. 2 of the victims live in the same freshman dorm called Swig Hall, and both are pledges at Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity. Health officials have tracked down 200 people who have had close contact with the patients and have given them antibiotics just in case. But the school is urging every student to come on down and get vaccinated. There's only 1 day left to do it, so get it done. Hours today, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. We're live in Santa Clara. Kit Doe, KPIX 5.
In Alameda County, the Public Health Department confirms an employee of Argosy University died of meningitis last month. Health officials say there is no sign of a connection between that case and those in Santa Clara.
Well, just a little more than 2 days away until the Super Bowl in Santa Clara. You can watch the game Sunday right here on KPIX 5. Of course, we're your television home for Super Bowl 50. And as we get a little bit closer to the game, the crowds are getting bigger and bigger. A lot of teal from Panther, Carolina, and of course, all that blue and orange from the Broncos. A beautiful aerial shot last night of Super Bowl City. It'll open up at 11 o'clock this morning. Love these guys. Last night's entertainment included a free concert from the country band, the Band Perry. And if you were waiting for the weekend to check out Super Bowl City, guess what? You won't be alone. A lot of folks coming in.
Oh, yeah. And there is plenty more fun and entertainment scheduled for today and tomorrow. And a lot of it is free, which is pretty cool.
Absolutely. KPIX 5 reporter Keiko Guerin is live at Super Bowl City with us this morning with more of the entertainment and all the events happening up until the big game. Hey, Kate.
Hey, Frank and Michelle, you know free always means it's going to be packed. We are live in the heart of Super Bowl City, where I'm sure the crowds will be rolling in at 11 o'clock when it opens up today, and they will be continuous into the night because there are a lot of more fun and free events to come. Now, if you liked that fireworks show that kicked off Super Bowl 50 week, guess what? You're going to get another amazing round tonight. Also, hitting the city stage at Sue Berman Park, One Republic is going to be performing a free show, so you're going to want to make sure to get here early to get yourself a seat and beat the crowds. But there are a bunch of other things going on as well. Other events you can look forward to tonight are gospel show at 7:30. We're going to also have a performance by Pharrell at Pier 70. Unfortunately, though, that show's not going to be free. There's also going to be an announcement of the Man of the Year nominees this afternoon, and the NFL Hall of Fame luncheon is happening at noon as well, where the NFL will honor Super Bowl winning head coach John Madden. Unfortunately, that Hall of Fame luncheon is sold out, but if you did want to go, those tickets would have set you back $1,000. Reporting live from Super Bowl City, Kate Kogiran, KPIX 5.
And just to recap, you can catch One Republic live for free at Super Bowl City at Sue Berman Park at 7:30 tonight. And tomorrow night, Alicia Keys closes out the concert series with a show at 7.
6:04, a check of weather and traffic, and we all want to know, Roberta, what did you have for breakfast this morning? Because you are on fire,
You had
lady.
your Wheaties.
It's because there's a chill in the air and it just makes you feel alive, right? No? You know what? I have to say, Michelle, you've been really keeping it together for a really long time. She is from Colorado, and we know she's a huge Bronco fan. And when they made it to the Super Bowl, I text Frank and I said, oh, God, we're going to have to listen to this.
It's true.
She's been pretty good. Have I been that
She has
bad?
been pretty good.
No, you haven't.
I've been pretty good.
Except for the cupcakes you brought today that are blue and orange. I wanted to show
are.
everybody at home
No Bronco sweats on today either, do you?
No,
You know-
No, you left those at home?
You
Okay.
guys are calling me out.
What the heck?
I just said that as a Raider fan. You know, it's
know.
hard, but I got your back. All right, let's take a
Thank
look at
you.
what you could expect today as you're stepping on out the door. We do have lots of clear skies, temperatures in the 30s and 40s, but if you want to know what's going on as far as your traffic is concerned, here's Jana.
All right, we'll check more on that weather in just a second. And I think Michelle will really be bad if they win on Monday. That's the key. We'll have to find out. All right, checking the roadways right now. Yeah, that's the question. Northbound 280 after Cesar Chavez, we do have reports of an accident blocking the right lane. Good news, no injuries reported, but it may cause a snag for your drive as you head into San Francisco this morning. Bay Bridge metering lights are on. Your commute is in full swing as you work your way westbound. 580 still doing okay. You're backed up right to the foot of the maze. Also, as you work your way coming off the East Shore Freeway, things are a little sluggish there, but overall things are actually moving okay if you are commuting to the Bay Bridge. Here's the Golden Gate Bridge, southbound 101 out of Marin County. That's actually pretty good. Southbound 582, the Golden Gate Bridge Toll Plaza. That's only 14 minutes right now. They did the lane changes earlier this morning. And a quick look at conditions along 680. Little sluggish on that southbound side connecting from 242. And it looks like Highway 4 is starting to bog down just a bit as you work your way westbound.
Thank you, Gianna. Time now 6:06. Pacifica seeing some new damage from the force of the Pacific Ocean. Relentless, powerful waves have carved out another gaping hole on the promenade. Chopper 5 was overhead yesterday. Parts of the promenade on Beach Boulevard now just rubble. The hole is about 25 feet long and about 4 feet deep. Waves almost as tall as the pier continue to batter the seawall there. Visitors are being warned to be extremely careful near the shore. People who live nearby are getting nervous, too.
This is a bit frightening. Just the fact that, you know, it's one thing that you have the seawall failing a block and a half away, but when it's getting a little closer to home, it's more frightening.
Crews were able to make some quick repairs yesterday, but the overall fix will take a lot longer, and more problem spots are likely to develop as those high waves continue to slam the coastline.
New this morning, some relief at last for California crab fishermen. The Small Business Administration is now offering disaster loans to fishermen hard hit by a 3-month delay in the commercial season. Unusually high levels of domoic acid made the crabs unsafe to eat. Crabbers and businesses have until November 2nd to apply for loans up to $2 million. The old span of the Bay Bridge is a whole lot lighter this morning. Caltrans crews successfully lowered a 5 million pound steel truss onto a platform in the bay yesterday. The work is slow, about 25 feet an hour. Here's a sped up version of the operation, animated too. Crews are being extra cautious so they don't disturb marine life during the dismantling process.
There were hundreds of timber piles that were utilized in the erection of the truss. However, now we have been environmental stewards so as to not put any of those piles in the bay.
Caltrans says traffic on the bridge should not be affected. Removing all the old sections will take about 2 years. You can watch the entire process online. Most of the action takes place around noon. BART is testing train cars that have fewer seats and more room to stand. The point is to make it easier to move around, especially when passengers are trying to get on and off during peak commute hours. Each car has 7 single seats where there used to be doubles. 7 of those retrofitted cars are now in service and 13 more are planned. BART is inviting passenger feedback online.
A San Francisco man is under arrest suspected of killing a popular DJ who also worked for Apple. This is the victim, 29-year-old Joseph Razzo. He was stabbed outside a San Francisco nightclub 11 days ago. San Francisco police say he was trying to protect friends from a violent mob. Razzo died on Tuesday.
Time now is 6:08. New concern about the Zika virus spreading in the U.S. What one state is doing to stop the virus in its tracks.
San Francisco Police Chief Greg Suhr is at the forefront of a nationwide discussion on the use of force in police departments. We'll hear from him coming up.
centered at Justin Herman Plaza at the foot of Market Street. We are at Super Bowl City, and if you're going to come by today, 61 degrees under mostly sunny skies.
Your morning commute in full swing. We have an accident along 280. I'll have your drive times coming right up.
Good morning. The time check now is 6:12 on this Friday, February 5th, on this National You Gotta Love a Weathercaster Day. Thanks, guys, for remembering. Taking a look out towards the 11% waning crescent moon. We've got clear skies there, but I'll show you the fog rolling in and how it will affect your Friday coming up in 4 minutes.
All right, thanks, Ro. It is 6:12. Developing news out of Florida, where officials are pushing hard to stop the spread of the Zika virus. 12 cases of the Zika virus have hit that state, and the governor, Rick Scott, says all of the patients contracted the virus in other countries. With many international travelers, Florida is not taking any chances. The governor has asked the CDC for 1,000 kits to test for Zika antibodies.
The BMX and skateboarding community are mourning the loss of an X Games veteran. Dave Mira was found dead inside his car in Greenville, North Carolina late last night. Police say he died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The mayor of Greensville said his death is a huge loss to the community, where Mira mentored local children. He's survived by his wife and 2 children. Mira was 41. Surveillance video captures a smash and grab in action at one Berkeley liquor store. The burglars are still on the loose after ramming their stolen truck into the pick and pack on San Pablo and Gilman. An officer tells us they were trying to steal the ATM machines inside.
It looks like the suspects tried to pick it up, but it looks like it was just too heavy for them, and so they got away with empty-handed.
Quite a mess to clean up with a hole through the door and the side of the building, plus tons of top shelf liquor bottles broken all over the floor. As a precaution, the owner decided to get rid of the ATMs.
Debate over use of force by San Francisco's police department is now part of a larger national conversation. Some officers' group says changes now being proposed could put officers and public safety at risk. KPIX 5's Jackie Ward joins us at police headquarters, where the chief says he's trying to get out in front of this hot button issue. Good morning.
Good morning, Frank. It's a debate that every major city police department is involved in. San Francisco is at the forefront of that conversation. Chief Greg Suhr says that every time a deadly police shooting happens here or anywhere else for that matter, causes everyone to become scarred. So as a response to these continued shootings, a Washington-based research group is proposing higher standards for police when using force that would go beyond what is currently required by law. But groups representing police chiefs and rank-and-file sworn officers are saying these proposed standards would add confusion and hesitation to tense situations like on December 2nd when multiple officers killed Mario Woods, who was holding a knife. Ever since that day, Chief Suhr has been pushing for more, less lethal options for his officers like tasers. In a one-on-one interview with KPIX, Chief Suhr says he's working to rewrite the rules for his department in what he calls a radical way that includes reevaluating the so-called 21-foot rule.
There have been a lot of conversations about how quickly a person with an edged weapon can cover a distance before an officer can react. Is the 21-foot rule really the safest for everybody, one size fits all? I would say no.
Changes won't happen overnight, but Suhr has started the process. Crisis intervention training is now mandatory. Range training has also expanded from 1 hour to 8, focusing on de-escalation options. And now the mere pointing of a firearm at a scene is a reportable use of force, but this conversation is far from over. At police headquarters in San Francisco, Jackie Ward, KPIX 5.
Thank you, Jackie. And all the anger still very fresh over that deadly shooting in December. Last night, activists tried to disrupt a Super Bowl party in San Francisco. About 40 members of the Justice for Mario Woods Coalition stood outside City Hall. They held pictures of the young man who was gunned down by the San Francisco police, many of them demanding that the chief, Greg Suhr, be fired.
The Oakland Raiders will reportedly play a game in Mexico next season. Sources told ESPN the Raiders' scheduled home game against the Houston Texans will be played in Mexico City. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell is expected to make the announcement today. It would be the first NFL game in Mexico since 2005 when the 49ers and Arizona Cardinals played there. And today, the Seattle Seahawks' Marshawn Lynch will launch his own retail store in his hometown of Oakland.
Yeah, it's called Beast Mode, which of course is his nickname and the name of a clothing line which has been available on the internet. The location is on Broadway, is considered the company's flagship brick and mortar store. The mayor, Libby Schaaf, will join the star running back out of Cal for today's noontime grand opening. We were just chit-chatting. I think he might be a free agent, and I think you would agree, Roberta. He looked good in a Raider uniform, don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She would not complain about that.
So if you're watching Marshawn, just give it a thought, okay?
I'm sure he's thinking about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what? I got to take a picture of you guys because I want to post this online and say, these are my teammates. These are my coworkers.
Hello.
And these are the ones that never even remembered it's National Weather Person Day. So this is going up online right now.
You know, I just looked that up.
I brought pastries.
That's on May 2nd,
I brought
actually.
pastries.
Maybe it was coming at the end of the show. You never know.
Yeah.
All right, let's check the roadways right
A little
now.
love for you.
I said go to traffic. All right, here we go. Here's a live look at the Bay Bridge right now, and we've got some stop-and-go conditions. You can see in our live shot, metering lights are on, very slow and go out of the maze. A little sluggish off that East Shore Freeway, but our drive times off 80, 21 minutes, Carquinez Bridge to the maze, so that's actually pretty good for morning drive. It is Friday light in some spots, even though it doesn't totally look like it right there at the Bay Bridge. Now, we do have this accident northbound 280 right after Cesar Chavez. It is blocking the right lane. We've got some slight delays as you approach the scene. Also, getting word of some sluggish conditions north 101 heading into San Francisco, but your drive time still looking good in the green, 19 minutes between 92 and the 80 split. North 280, 380 to 101, that's a 10-minute ride, and out of Half Moon Bay, your commute looks pretty good if you're headed into San Mateo this morning. South Bay, no troubles here. Northbound 101, we're still clocking in some nice speeds this morning, 65 miles per hour as you work your way northbound just past 280, 680 interchange. And don't forget Tasman Drive closed near Levi's. There are closures in and around that area, of course, for Super Bowl 50, which happens on Sunday. Our favorite weather person, here's Roberta.
Good morning, everybody. Just turning 6:19, and we are at Justin Herman Plaza on the Embarcadero, and this is the hub of energy and excitement leading into game day Super Bowl 50 on Sunday. So here we are at Super Bowl City. It is going to be mostly sunny today, and if you're going to slide by and say hi, we are forecasting a high today of 61 degrees. Currently, you need your jacket heading out. Look at the view from the Transamerica Pyramid. Looking due east, and the fog is wiping away. You can see a hint of it right there. Can you see it right there? 37 degrees in clear skies in Livermore. It is currently 38 in Concord, but a bit of a breeze, so therefore a wind chill. 33 degrees. It almost feels like it's freezing outside. Areas of patchy fog this morning, turning mostly sunny, downright mild, and the warming trend will continue through the Super Bowl 50 weekend. We'd have a beach hazard statement in effect for today. Some very strong rip currents. Meanwhile, our Pacific satellite imagery does suggest that we do have high pressure. It's building in. See all those clouds diverting to the north. The end result is, as we walk you through your weekend, see the time just tick on by. High pressure continues to expand near or record warmth each and every day all the way until next Wednesday. It is currently 15 going up to 44 on the South Shore, and by the time the sun sets at 5:37 today, we will have seen temperatures climb a few notches all the way up to 65 in San Jose, 66 degrees in Santa Clara. That's what our 7-day forecast does reveal. And as we reveal also the Super Bowl forecast, we do have a high temperature at kickoff at 71 degrees.
Thanks, Rhoda. We got some breaking news to tell you about. This is out of New York City. A crane has collapsed in lower Manhattan. This is on the corner of Wall Street and Broad Street in the financial district, very close to the New York Stock Exchange. It's not clear yet whether anyone was injured, but as you can see, they've got a lot to work on there. We'll bring you more information as it becomes available.
And we have more on that debate, how Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders made their cases to voters.
And I'm Dennis O'Donnell coming up. Why Sunday cannot come soon enough for the Panthers. And the Warriors, they got the presidential treatment at the White House. That story's straight ahead. Good morning, everybody. It's been nearly 9 months since the Warriors won the NBA Finals, but yesterday they celebrated that title one more time. Golden State was honored for their first title in 40 years by President Obama at the White House. President, big basketball fan, and he knew the Warriors were almost irrelevant during the 4 decades between championships.
Let's face it, beautiful was not how folks described the Warriors for many years. One college player forgot that there was even a team in Oakland. That was Klay Thompson, by the way.
Yeah, well, they're the top of the league right now, Mr. President. This is the first Super Bowl for all but 7 of the Panther players, but even with the inexperience, it's only taken 4 days for Carolina to tire the media.
Why are you wearing socks with sandals?
Why are you wearing jeans with shoes? If I see an article talking about my sandals and socks, that'd be new.
Are you like enough already? I mean, are you reaching that point?
Do it looks like I am?
I can't tell,
Can't tell.
I'm tired of all the questions. I've answered the same question 100 times.
Okay, 2 more days of those kinds of questions, and we are underway for Super Bowl 50. We'll see you tonight from Super Bowl City. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you, Dennis. This is a first for our play of the day. The athlete is a robot with a mighty sweet swing. Take a look at this. Happened Wednesday during the Pro-Am. We're at the Phoenix Open, a robot. We'll call it the Ace Maker, taking a shot, par 3, 16th hole. Couple of bounces, a nice little roll, and look at that baby go right in the cup. Boom. Sweet. Hole in 1. The Ace Maker gets absolutely nothing, but a big shout out. And our play of the day. Kind of cool.
We're just 2 days away from the big game, and there's much more fun and free events to come. We're live in Super Bowl City to give you a rundown of what's happening today and hear from one of the halftime performers.
I'm Kip Doe. We're live at Santa Clara University, where a 3rd student has become sick with meningitis. Later on today, we're expecting hundreds, if not thousands, of students to line up to get the meningitis vaccine.
Live from our exclusive home in Super Bowl City. This is KPIX 5 News.
Good morning, everyone. It is Friday. It's February 5th. Look at that beautiful shot of the Bay Bridge. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it deserves a round of applause.
We present you San Francisco in the Bay Area.
Yes,
oh my
beautiful,
gosh.
Isn't it? Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm Michelle Griego.
Hi, everyone. I'm Frank Malico. We're getting a little giddy here. We're just a couple of days away. It is 6:30. Super Bowl City. Well, it's going to be packed with people today, and then it's going to be kind of wall to wall, I think, over the weekend.
I think you're right. All the fun and live performances continue into the weekend. And KPIX 5 reporter Kate Kogarrett is live in Super Bowl City with more on what you can expect. Kate?
Frank and Michelle, it sounds like I should be hanging out with you guys up there. You're having way too much fun. Well, listen right now. This is about the quietest Super Bowl City is going to be, because as we get closer to the game, there's going to be a lot more crowds and a lot more fun and free events to come. Now, if you like that fireworks show earlier this week, guess what? We're going to get another one later on tonight. But before that, the latest headliner in the free concert series at Sue Berman Park, One Republic, will be taking the city stage. And lucky for us, Super Bowl 50 is bringing in some big names in the music industry. Yesterday, we got a chance to catch up with Super Bowl halftime performer Coldplay.
Everyone who does this show knows it's the biggest honor, it's the biggest privilege.
At this point, the Super Bowl halftime show is about as big as the game itself, because in addition to Coldplay, Queen Bey, Beyonce herself will be headlining. Also joining them will be Bruno Mars. Now, in addition to those three big games, as we've seen in the past, we can expect probably one or two surprise guests. Last year, we saw Missy Elliott pop up on the stage, so it's anyone's guess what this show is going to be like. Reporting live from Super Bowl City, Kate Kogarrett, KPIX 5.
You know, Kate's right. You never know who you're going to bump into. I'm looking down on the plaza down there. I see two Orange Crush monsters from the Denver Broncos and the Leprechaun, too. I guess that's all part of the
Bronco Leprechaun is in town. I think we've had him on our air, which is really funny. When I was a news anchor as a kid, at 12 years old, I interviewed him. And now he's here.
We need to get him up here.
We should.
Right. Is it the same leprechaun?
Same leprechaun. His name's Rocky.
He's ageless?
Ageless. He's a leprechaun.
He's
That's how it works.
All right. Well, there's a lot going on here at Super Bowl City. We're centered at Justin Herman Plaza at the foot of Market Street, right here at the Embarcadero. If you want to slide by and take part of all this hub of energy, mostly sunny skies today, a temperature in the low 60s. Right now, you need a jacket stepping on out. Wow, this is the scene from Mount Vaca. You could see the 11% waning crescent moon. Even Venus was out there. 37 degrees in Livermore. Clear skies right now in San Jose. It's 36 with fog in Santa Rosa. Here's what you need to know today. Lots of sunshine, few clouds, temperatures in the 50s, pushing mid-60s. I have your Super Bowl forecast. That's coming up in just about 10 minutes. But first, here's Lady G.
And good morning. If you are commuting into San Francisco this morning, we have some stop-and-go conditions at the Bay Bridge, but overall it's been a fairly quiet commute this morning. It is Friday light in most spots. Northbound 280 after Cesar Chavez, they just cleared this accident out of the right lane. CHP ran a traffic break, so slowed you down just a bit to head through there. Now we're seeing okay speeds as you work your way northbound 280. Rest of the Bay Area, your drive time's looking okay along 101, 280, and 92, so no troubles there, especially if you've got a flight to catch at SFO. Traffic looks clear. Everywhere else, we are seeing some slightly stop-and-go conditions. Westbound 580, Altamont Pass to 680, 19-minute ride as you work your way through there, and westbound 24 connecting over to 680 on that southbound side. Just a heads up, we have reports of wooden debris in the 3 left lanes, which is causing a bit of a backup. More on that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Gianna, thanks. Time is 6:33. It's a bold attempt to prevent a meningitis outbreak. Hundreds of students are expected to line up again today at Santa Clara University for vaccinations. KPIX 5's Kit Doe is live at the Levy Center, where a temporary clinic will reopen again this morning. Kit, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Despite widespread coverage of this meningitis scare, only a fraction of the student body actually showed up yesterday to get vaccinated. They're hoping to get through the rest of the 5,400 students later on today. Now, when the doors opened up yesterday, the line wrapped around the building. A total of 1,500 students got the new updated vaccine known as Men-B. And then as they were waiting, the health department announced a third student had become infected. Now, it's important to note the old routine meningitis vaccine does not cover this new outbreak.
The good news is that there's a relatively new vaccine, just FDA approved in 2014 and 2015, that does cover this serogroup, and if vaccinated, will give protection from infection.
And we're learning a little bit more about the students that were infected. All 3 victims have the same bacterial strain known as serogroup B. 2 of the victims live in the same freshman dorm called Swig Hall, and both are pledges with the Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity. Health officials have tracked down 200 people who have had close contact with the patients and have given them antibiotics just in case. But the school is urging every student to come on down and get vaccinated. You can do so today, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Get it done. We're live in Santa Clara. Kit Doe, KPIX 5.
Thank you, Kit. Here's a little background on meningitis. It's an infection of the protective covering of the brain and the spinal cord. Experts say the bacteria are carried in the throat and can be transmitted to other people by fluids like mucus and saliva. Early symptoms can include a sudden fever, a headache, and a stiff neck. And if a dark rash appears, that person should quickly seek medical treatment.
The 2 remaining Democratic candidates for president are taking a tougher tone ahead of Tuesday's New Hampshire primary. Last night, Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders faced off in a debate. KPIX 5's Ann Makovic is in our newsroom, and Ann, they came out swinging.
Yeah, both candidates really turning up the heat heading into Tuesday's primary. They're sounding more caustic than ever. And last night, Democrats Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders had their first ever one-on-one debate. A lot of confrontations over who's better equipped to actually live up to the expectations of progressive voters. Clinton accusing Sanders of leveling attacks against her integrity by portraying her as overly cozy with Wall Street.
Now, if all we're going to talk about is one part of our economy, and indeed one street in our economy, we're missing the big oil companies, we're missing other big energy companies, we're missing the big picture.
But, Madam Secretary, it is not one street. Wall Street is an entity of unbelievable economic and political power.
Now, our KPIX 5 political expert says we can expect things to get even hotter.
We are definitely looking at a more contentious campaign between these two than we've seen in the past. As they head into New Hampshire and then again in South Carolina, and then after that out to Nevada, things are going to get tighter between the 2 of them. The finger pointing is going to get more severe, more serious.
Now, there is a Republican debate tomorrow night. New Hampshire's vote on Tuesday won't necessarily be indicative, of course, of how the rest of the country will vote, but party leaders and donors will be paying attention, and we can likely expect more Republican dropouts next week. Live in the newsroom, Ann Makovic, KPIX 5.
Time is 6:37. He's the man with the master plan for Super Bowl 50. We're going to talk to Keith Bruce about Friday's festivities, the music, the fireworks, and much more coming up.
We're live at San Francisco Police Headquarters, where Chief Greg Suhr is leading a national conversation on the use of force in police departments across the country.
Good Friday morning, time check 6:41, and this is what you can expect today around the Bay Area. Look at those numbers, above average temperatures. It's swinging across the Bay Area. Kick starting with the coastal areas in the high 50s and low 60s. Good morning, Palo Alto at 63 degrees. South Bay numbers into the 60s, low and mid 60s east of the Bay. Hi there, Livermore at 62. North of the Golden Gate Bridge, we're talking about numbers streaming from 59 in Stinson Beach to 63 degrees at Napa. And hello, Cloverdale, your forecast high with mostly sunny skies in the 60s.
All right, some new job data out today indicating a slowdown both in hiring and the overall U.S. economy.
Here now is KCBS Radio's financial reporter, Jason Brooks. Good morning.
Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, Frank. Employers cooling down their hiring in January. According to the Labor Department, a gain of 151,000 jobs, quite a bit lower than what we saw over the final several months of 2015, including a gain of more than 260,000 in the month of December. There was some good news in there. The jobless rate edged lower to 4.9%. And more importantly, for a lot of people, wages were on the rise, averaging $25.39, a pretty healthy increase from the month before. The restaurant and retail sectors added more than 100,000 jobs, and despite falling factory orders over the final several months of 2015, manufacturers added about 30,000 jobs. The slowdown in hiring, though, could slow down the Fed's pace of rate hikes over the course of 2016. Mountain View-based LinkedIn is in the spotlight today. The social networker topped earnings expectations in the fourth quarter on a solid revenue gain, but it warned of a slowdown in the current quarter due to weakening economic conditions, and shares in LinkedIn are cratering this morning. They are down by more than 1/3. Overall, the market is pulling back a little bit in the early going after yesterday's gains. Let's take a look at the big board and see how we're doing so far. Dow lower by about 30 points, NASDAQ down by 35, S&P falling by 9 points. Michelle and Frank, back to you.
All right, Jason, enjoy your big football weekend. We thank you.
Looking forward to it. You guys too.
Okay, thanks.
Authorities have released the name of a CHP officer who was attacked near the Bay Bridge. Officer Andrei Surenko remains hospitalized in serious but stable condition after his throat was slashed in Tuesday's attack. The suspect, Noel Corpuz, briefly appeared in court yesterday. He did not enter a plea.
And the issue of how and when police should use force is now a subject of debate in San Francisco and all around the country. Some officers group says changes now being proposed could endanger lives and not just those of the police officers. KPIX 5's Jackie Ward is at police headquarters where the chief says the changes is now backing would make a world of difference. Take it away, Jackie.
Yeah, absolutely, Frank. Chief Greg Suhr is at the forefront of that national discussion about the use of force. He says that anytime there's a deadly police shooting here in San Francisco or anywhere across the country, everyone involved is scarred from that. So in response to these continued shootings, a Washington-based research group is proposing higher standards for police use of force. That would go beyond what is currently required by law, but groups representing police and rank-and-file sworn officers are saying those proposed standards would add confusion and hesitation to tense situations like back on December 2nd when 5 officers killed Mario Woods, who was holding a knife. Ever since that day, Chief Suhr has been pushing for additional, less lethal options for his officers like tasers. In a one-on-one interview with KPIX, Chief Suhr says he's working to rewrite the rules for his department in what he calls a radical way.
I want them to rush to the danger, but if you get there and it's not actively going on, I also think be smart enough to then stop and back up.
Changes won't happen overnight, of course, but Suhr has already started the process. Crisis intervention training is now mandatory. Range training is also expanded from 1 hour to 8 hours, and it's focusing on de-escalation options. Even the mere pointing of a firearm at a scene is now considered a reportable use of force, so we'll have to keep an eye on this conversation. From police headquarters in San Francisco, Jackie Ward, KPIX 5.
Time now is 6:45. Let's get a check on weather. And Roberta, it's feeling pretty good out here. Not too bad.
Good morning, everybody. Currently, we have clear skies. We have a little hint of some fog. And if we could take a look at our satellite imagery, we do have some clouds that are drifting up against the northwestern section of the state. You see that Thule fog in throughout the Central Valley as well. The bottom line is we're under the influence of high pressure. It will continue to build across the Bay Area, and as it does so, our temperatures will warm today. In fact, we're talking about numbers streaming across the Bay Area, anywhere from the upper 50s at the beaches to the mid-60s across the Bay and into our inland areas. The winds will blow out of the the east up to about 5 and 10 miles per hour. Super Bowl forecast does call for nothing but sun shining at 3:30 in the afternoon. When we do have kickoff, we will have temperatures pretty much in the low 70s. In fact, if our director, Mike Bruce, can work with me here. Mike, can we go ahead and take a look at a live weather camera outdoors right now so we can show everybody what they can anticipate as they are stepping on out the door? We do have our Mount Vaca cam looking out towards official sunup, which is at 7:11. And by the time it sets later on tonight, we will be experiencing nothing but clear skies. Currently 38 degrees in Concord, 36 degrees in Santa Rosa with areas of fog, 48 in San Francisco. Really what you need to know today is that we do have a little hint of some fog, then we do have the sunshine. Temperatures today, again, unseasonably mild from today all the way through the weekend. We have a beach hazard statement in effect with swells building up to 12 feet and strong rip currents. Gianna?
Thanks, Roberta. Let's jump to the roadways right now. We've got this accident southbound 680 at Treat Boulevard. It is blocking at least the left lane. They're trying to move it over to the center divide, but you can see on our sensors here the damage is done 15 miles per hour in some spots as you work your way southbound 680 out of Walnut Creek this morning. To make matters worse, if you are connecting over to westbound 24 right at 680, we've got wood debris blocking the 3 left lanes. And according to KCBS Mobile 2, they just cruised through there and they said traffic's actually pretty bad as you head through there. Elsewhere, if you are headed through San Francisco or northbound 280 right after Cesar Chavez, they are clearing that accident out of lanes, but we are starting to see more volume on that northbound side as you head towards 280 extension into San Francisco. 101, though, looking good in both directions. Bay Bridge, the metering lights remain on, but it is fairly quiet off the East Shore Freeway commute. Carquinez Bridge to the Maze, that's an easy 21-minute ride right now. Same goes for Oakland. Here's a live look at conditions as you head near the Coliseum. Both directions actually doing okay. Northbound, a little sluggish in downtown Oakland. Southbound, you're moving till you get to about 238 on that southbound side of 880. That's where traffic tends to bog down just a bit heading towards the San Mateo Bridge. Back to the peninsula, northbound 101, checking your drive times heading into San Francisco from 92 to the 80 split. No problems there. That's an easy 21-minute ride. If you want to use 280 instead, you might save a couple minutes. It'll only take you 10 minutes to go from 380 to the James Lick Freeway. Back to you guys.
All right, Gianna, thanks. Checking the countdown clock. Can you believe it? Just 2 days away and a little bit of change before they start playing a little football down in Santa Clara. Till then, there's a lot going on right below us here in Super Bowl City.
Yeah, already before 7 o'clock. Joining us now is Host Committee CEO Keith Bruce to talk about how it's all going and what's to come. We checked with you earlier in the week, Keith, and things were going great. Now more people are starting to show up.
That's right. We transitioned from being all about the locals in the Bay Area coming out to celebrate Super Bowl 50 to welcoming the world. Today, the airports are going to be especially full. All the fans from, of course, the 2 teams, the Panthers and the Broncos, coming out to revel in their Super Bowl 50 celebration. And we're just incredibly excited. We got some great weather. Again, Roberta, thank you for all of that wonderful forecast for the weekend. But we're excited.
How about any personal highs or lows? There's not many lows this week. It's ran rather smoothly, right?
No, so far, so good. Again, I've got a great team. We've been working on this for 2.5 years to get to this point. So all that planning is starting to pay off. Again, also pulling together all the transportation agencies, all the support personnel. You really have to have a great team, all working together. Santa Clara, San Jose, Oakland, San Francisco, all the cities working to make this great. And we're on the world stage now. It's an exciting moment.
And one high has to be that sunrise right behind you.
Oh,
it's looking so beautiful. People who are coming into town maybe for the first time get to wake up to that.
Well, I had a number of emails and texts and people saying, oh my God, the city looks fantastic. Super Bowl City is off the charts. It just really makes the entire region look great when we've got a little bit of weather on top of all the great celebratory stuff we got out here for Super Bowl 50.
And a good advertisement to not only bring people here, but for the Super Bowl committee to say, hey, you know what? We might have to come back to San Francisco, right?
Yeah. That's exactly right. We had the owners' dinner last night at City Hall, all 32 owners represented, and they had pretty happy faces. They were really impressed with San Francisco and the York family and what we put together to welcome them. And the NFL couldn't be more pleased. We've got 2 more days to deliver an exciting game, what will hopefully culminate in a fantastic week.
Yeah, let's talk about the concerts. The free concerts on City Stage. I mean, they're really popular. You have a lot of people showing up.
No, it's great. And that was the vision from the beginning, is how do we make Super Bowl City available, accessible, free to the public. The concerts certainly put a nice exclamation point in each evening. We've got One Republic tonight, which will be exciting. Thanks to Levi's, we've got Alicia Keys coming tomorrow night. And the whole region's now going to be electrified with all the concerts happening around the region. San Francisco, Super Bowl City, NFL Experience. We're expecting a packed house day.
And a little bit of fireworks tonight, too, thanks to Macy's, right?
So Macy's brings back the fireworks spectacular, which we're excited about. That'll be at 10 p.m. Coming off the One Republic concert.
And what's the over-under of your voice holding up through the Super Bowl game?
So far, so good. I'm riding on adrenaline right now, so it seems to be working.
We need a cup of tea here for.
Okay, so you said Roberta was your favorite person right now because she's giving you a perfect football forecast. Last
That's
time
right.
you were here, you said you were going to bring her donuts. Big question, did you?
I forgot them. But I'll make up for it later, Roberta, I promise.
We're sorry, Roberta. We're sorry. Just give her a hug.
There you go.
There you go. It's
Just
okay.
give her a hug. She'll take that.
A little
Bring them
bit
back
of
in the
love.
next half hour. How's that? Okay.
All right.
That's great.
But you really couldn't ask for better weather. I mean, 70 degrees in an El Nino year. I mean, that is right out of.
It really is unexpected, but we'll take it. From the very beginning, we were expecting weather. We were expecting some rain. And working with the NFL to make sure that the stadium is purpose fit, getting out with all the different preparations, and then have to put all that away and realize we've got 3 or 4 days of great weather. It's just a great blessing.
You know what you need now? Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I was just going to say you need a good football game
Yeah.
on Sunday.
Well, that's what I'm hoping. I'll make a prediction right now. Hopefully, it's the first overtime Super Bowl in history. We'll see.
All right. We'll see. Thanks so much for joining us.
You're very welcome. It's been a great week. Thank you.
All right.
Hope you
Good
get
luck.
out there and enjoy Super Bowl City this weekend. It's going to be
rocking.
It's going to be electric. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, my husband's bringing the family tomorrow, so
Good.
it'll be great.
Everybody come out and enjoy it.
Yes. All right. KPIX 5, do not forget, is your television home for Super Bowl 50. Time now is 6:52. A smash and grab gone wrong, what some thieves were after in Berkeley and didn't get.
I'm Kit Doe. We're live at Santa Clara University, where a third student has become sick with meningitis. There's now a push to vaccinate every single student on campus. Coming up.
5 things to know at the 55. A fiery debate between the Democrats now in the books. Hillary Clinton and Senator Bernie Sanders face off in the first one-on-one showdown of the campaign season. Clinton trying to narrow the gap between her and the heavily favored Sanders. New Hampshire voters head to the polls next Tuesday.
Florida's governor has issued an emergency health declaration to prevent the spread of the Zika virus. The state has been at the center of previous fights against mosquito-borne illnesses. Governor says this one is no different, and residents and tourists should not worry.
Veteran BMX rider Dave Mira has been found dead in an apparent suicide. His body was found inside his truck near Greenville, North Carolina, where he had been visiting friends. Mira was one of the most decorated athletes in X Games history, winning 14 gold medals. He leaves behind a wife and 2 daughters.
And Berkeley police looking for a pair of wannabe smash and grab robbers. Surveillance camera at the Pick and Pack at San Pablo and Gilman show a pickup truck smashing into the store and taking out dozens of bottles of liquor. Police say they were after the ATM machine inside, but it was too heavy to haul away. They didn't get it, but they did get away.
And more fireworks tonight above Super Bowl City. Tonight's show will be at 10, culminating the free concerts by One Republic. And if it's anything like the fireworks that kicked off Super Bowl week, it will be a huge hit for visitors.
I'm Kit Dare. We're live at Santa Clara University with an update on the meningitis scare here on campus. This is day 2 of campus-wide vaccinations. They're trying to get through all 5,400 undergraduates later on today. Now, when the doors opened up yesterday, the line snaked around the building. They've got a total of about 1,500 students now vaccinated with this new updated vaccine known as MenB. And then as those students were waiting, the health department announced a 3rd student had become infected. The news rattled the nerve of some of those students.
It's frightening more than anything because it was like an all of a sudden outbreak and it's like something everyone's talking about.
I mean, it's unfortunate. School's handling, I think, pretty well. Clearly, it's freaking some people out.
It turns out all 3 victims have the same bacterial strain known as Serogroup B. 2 of the victims live in the same freshman dorm called Swig Hall, and both are pledges with the Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity. Health officials have tracked down 200 people who have had close contact with those patients and have given them antibiotics just in case. But the school is urging every student to come down and get vaccinated today. It is free, happening from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. We're live in Santa Clara. Kit Doe, KPIX 5.
Let's head to the Rose. Walnut Creek southbound 680 right at Treat Boulevard. CHP still clearing this accident. You were backed up to 242. Elsewhere, northbound 280 after Cesar Chavez. Looks like they're still dealing with this accident. They now have shut down the number 3 lane to clear everything over to the right side. Looks like heavy delays as you approach the scene. Roberta.
Clear skies in most areas. A hint of fog along the coast and in Santa Rosa. Currently, we are in the 30s and 40s. And later today, mostly sunny skies. Highs making between the 50s and the mid-60s. The extended forecast does call for on Super Bowl Sunday. Temperatures all the way up into the low 70s. It's near or record warmth next week as well.
And a reminder, we've got a special 3-hour show for you on Saturday starting at 7 a.m. You do not want to miss that. We have some very special guests lined up, so it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, looking forward to that. In the meantime, enjoy your Friday, everybody. We'll see you again at noontime, and not a bad view.